Hey, hey, what's going on?
Much. I am wrapping up a work conversation, and then I'll be able to hang for a bit.
Oh, that's
But I
fine.
hope you guys are all doing well.
I'm
We
blessed.
should. Good, good. I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah,
Um,
you too.
we should. Yeah, we should have changed the push to talk setting. Hmm, that's so strange. It's the same channel, I think, but the chat did. Maybe that's just because you moved it into the events, but Bifrost, let us know if you have any trouble with your mic unmuting. You should you shouldn't have to go into change too many settings now, but we'll help you out if you need it.
Alright.
Here, I'll tag you in the voice chat. But how's it going, Abraham?
I'm blessed out here living another day in the Matrix, trying to raise the frequency, raise the vibrations. Been watching the chart shoot up to 25,000 today, you know, in the year of the rabbit giving us 25. Um, this day 216 it's important, I think. If I can share my screen, I'll share with you why, while we're, while you're waiting, you know.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
um, right here. Um, there we go. Um, you can see my charts.
Mhm.
All right, yeah, we're just pulling back today. It being 216, February 16th, and from my research, I believe that to be the true mark of the beast. Giving us 216 when you 6 times 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36, and 6 times 36 is 216. So I saw this day being a potential red day in the markets, and it's just not surprising on the 2 hour time frame, coming back to retest this previous range that we've failed to get back above. So that's tying us into today being 144 days since the start of last year's Shemitah and Rosh Hashanah on the 25th, like Jordan talks about, the 7 year sabbatical cycle. And we know that's the square root of 12. Rabbit equals 12 in numerology. Still in February being the true 12th month of the year. So esoterically tying us in right here. 4 months, 22 days, tying us into Satoshi Nakamoto. But that 144-day span is tying us into ascension, okay, giving us that 144, that 36, the mark of the beast number. But that what I was just talking about being 4 months, 22 days, we know that ties us into Bitcoin and Satoshi Nakamoto, and that gives us 224. So it's the mirror of um, four 4 months and 22 days since the start of Rosh Hashanah. So I saw it today being an important day to watch the markets. 20 weeks, 4 days. To remove the zero, that's the logo for Jupiter and the zodiac logo, and it's the 47th day of the year. And you know me, I'm out here trying to be the one, Neo, giving us 47. You know, um, oh, and we know that also ties us into some deeper things like time, which we know is a constant, giving us all the same 47 every time we type it out. And it's infinity. It's what we are. All 47s right there. You know, that's tying us into, again, who I am, John, right here, 47. And it's, why I call myself pioneers. And I call my pioneers, giving us that same 47. But it's tying us back into the tetragram a ton, giving us that same 47, and that is another name for God, or Yod Hey Vahe, whoever you believe in right there. Not trying to get religious, but it's tying us into Wonderland, where we all live. Alice in Wonderland, that 47. So I saw today the 47th day of the Jewish, or the Gregorian year, being 144-day span period, tying us into Ascension, being the 216 day in February, in the 223 year. I saw that all just being esoterically tied into, the markets being where they are, giving us a pullback, breaking out to 25K. Another pattern we had talked about in this falling wedge, which is a 6 to 8% chance of a breakout to the upside, and we're getting that up to around 25K. So I've had a blessed day, months of work paying out, so yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome. But yeah, I'm done, right there for now. If you want to take over and continue with what you wanted to do this evening, you know.
Oh, nothing on the agenda. This is just to
Hang out.
This is for whoever has something to share.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't, have nothing. I've been working all day up since 2 a.m. Was at work at 2:30, and just been grinding ever since. Came home, took care of my son, got him something to eat, and made some time to come out and hang with you wolves.
Nice. What do you, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do that makes you get up at 2:30 and start work at 2:30 in the morning?
I work at Sam Jones Barbecue in Eastern North Carolina. It's a 75 plus year old tradition. The standard for barbecue. People come from all around the world to eat there, to tour there. So I'm the operational smokehouse manager, and I run the smokehouse, whole hog, wood fired, charcoal grilled. We do turkey, barbecue, ribs, chicken, etc. Of course I try and stay away from all that poison, but meat and but anyways, yeah, I work there. I've been 16 years plus in hospitality and restaurant management now. 8 years in management, but in the industry for 16 years. So
Awesome. Yeah, I had a friend who had like I don't know what you call them, but like he would smoke meats, and he would always throw a really big 4th of July party, and like 48 hours in advance is when he would start, and he would like set alarms all throughout the middle of the night to go out and check on it and everything. And it was really good, like not gonna lie. when I was eating meat and hanging out with him, it was really good. I definitely is an art. Yes.
yeah, I'd love to do something like that. Like I don't know if I ever start a business and a restaurant. That's something I've kind of thought about. I'd want to be one of them ones like Suck Dogs here in Eastern North Carolina, or the Hangout in Gulf Shores, Alabama, where I've worked at as well, who hold a 3-day music festival for any and everybody who was an artist that wanted to come and participate. I've always loved that, going to music festivals and things like that. Just multiple day events like that. The people you meet.
Yeah, it's dope. I typing out memes. How long have you been trading?
Trading
Or
roughly, trading roughly a little over a year now. I have been investing since 2019 and the the start of February, leading into March, in the pandemic. Um, I started researching in 2018 though, and I saw what was happening with finance, the world, geopolitically, economically, and I was paying attention to a catalyst. I knew a catalyst was coming. I just couldn't put my finger on what, and I knew a catalyst would shake us up like 1929, but I knew it wouldn't quite be as bad. And well, then we saw C19, the narrative behind that, and the bear flu, and and then next thing you know, we were in a coin shortage. So it worked out right to invest my time in learning what was going on in 2018, 2019, and then plunging into the markets in the 2020 March time period, Friday the 13th. Um, Buying things like 17, 14 cent XRP, or um, three to four, $5,000 Bitcoin, Ethereum at less than $200. That really was able to help change my life. Being an only parent who was working two jobs, who had just got shut down like the rest of everyone else in the world, put on unemployment for 14 days, that turned into what is now 33 months plus or minus later. Um, and so yeah, honestly, divinity, intuition, and I just think the cosmos got me into investing at the right time. I was in the markets in 2012. I held 4,400 Bitcoin, as I was saying during the Super Bowl hosting event that I shared, but I didn't know what I was doing, and I got rid of it. And then April 1st of 2021, 2013, April Fool's Day, Bitcoin hits $111. That 111 angel number. Um, it hit its top last year on November 10th, 111. We see this 111 around Bitcoin a lot. But anyways, and I'd missed out on almost $450,000 of potential profits because I didn't understand at the time in 2012 what I was doing. So so I've been in it a while, and I've had my ups and downs, and I make mistakes, but it's definitely been something I've been investing, trading hardly the last year, and hopefully you can see that in my work. If you don't mind me sharing, I use Facebook, and I host the daily candle close news. I don't know if you're still seeing my screen. I don't know if it's still shared.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But I just post videos on Facebook, Rumble sometimes. I need to get caught up. Honest Abe, AB3, 123. And I'm currently building my website in the background, the dailycandleclosenews.com, where I hope to help investing in tomorrow's leaders, because I want my words to speak to the ears of leadership like everyone else. Here I hope to reach 1 million people one day, and just help raise the frequency, raise the vibration. So it's just something I've been working on in the background. But yeah.
That's awesome. When so like you've been investing for a while, but like you just were decoding a little bit. When did that kind of merge in your worlds? Were you trading and then adopting like decoding, or were you decoding before you got into trading?
I have a 150 plus IQ, 151, the 36 prime number, um, and I've always seen numbers. I've always been good at betting on sports and college football or NFL spreads during certain weeks of the year, and I've just always been able to see, I don't know, what I call money, numbers, and so I've always had a knack for math or synchronicity, which is why I like to use the golden ratio of phi, or the Fibonacci sequence, or pi, the elements, etc. in my work. If you're still seeing my screen there, but yeah. Uh, I've been seeing numbers my whole life, and I paid attention to them. Math was my best subject in school. I dropped out at 16, got a GED, and was enrolled in college 2 weeks later. Um, and so I've dropped out of college 3 times too because I've realized it's just nothing but indoctrination camps. That school comes from the ancient word skull, which is in your head. So the only school is, well, school. And education comes from the Latin word educare, which means to bring out. So why are we putting ourselves in these education camps? They say that just force us information that keep us in formation, and then they wonder what happens and why we step out of line. It's nonsense. So I've been seeing and decoding my whole life, but using gematria and numerology, it's really started mainstream since 2020. In my text and post on Facebook or my videos, really more behind the scenes in 2020, and I didn't start using it in my videos until around 2021 when I started gaining more foresight because I knew there was a key component that I was missing, and it was the mythologies. And it was Jordan that opened my eyes to that. I knew the numbers meant something, and why was there this synchronicity, organic code like playing out in life, with certain family members of mine being born or dying on certain days, and etc. Or people in the world, events that we see that we decode on a daily basis. Um, I've kind of been seeing it since 9/11, I'd say, to be honest, but even before then. But 9/11 was that 911 number. You know, it's just it was just a big one for me. Um, that number 911 119, the beast of revelations equals 119, and your mind 119. That's the beast. It's your mind. So we got to remember, raise the frequency, raise the vibration, and we can beat the beast. Um, so that's where I got started with the numbers, was back as a young child, to be honest. Y'all still there?
Testing. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Is that Tractor Batman?
Yes, it is. How you doing?
I'm blessed. Yourself?
Awesome. Yeah, your work looks pretty interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah, I've just kind of just combined Jordan's and Logan's and any and everyone else's I can find, and with my own, truth and opinion about things. I give a Jordan gives the red pill. I give a gut check, a tough love type mentality. That's what I needed in life. Some people, they graduate high school and go to college, or graduate high school and become a cop, or join the military, or get a great job, and I just had to go to prison to become the man I am today, and the father I am to my son. Only parent, and so tough love worked for me. So I hope it's something that'll work for others. But I appreciate you, taking
Yeah.
interest in the work and noticing it. But it's really just jam-piled stuff that I find here and there, interesting like everyone else. A lot of people will say it's plagiarism or copy, but it's just what I see. I'm just sharing what I see. Tell me what you see. How can we do this better? Like, come together as a community, like Jordan and Logan and everyone else are trying to do. Tommy Truthful, everybody wanting to collaborate. Like we are tonight on Thursday, Thors-Day,
Yeah.
the day of Jupiter.
Exactly.
Setting at 24, just setting at 24,000 a minute ago. It's 23 now, but 2-4, Jupiter logo symbol. So for zodiac. So of course we're gonna hit 24,000 today. 144 days since the start of last year's Rosh Hashanah. Um, and the technical analysis and multiple charts. If I'm still up, you guys. We're heading into starting a de-risking range, around 28K. That's a perfect number. The sum of 56, Washington D.C. 56, mind control 56, toilet paper 56, because some people don't believe mind control works, but they told you go buy toilet paper in 2020 and you rushed over grandmothers to get it and left people without it, you know. So but that 28 number is a perfect number because it ties you into what Bitcoin is. It's tied to the sun god, which is Ra, or you know, Helios. We know that's 28K, 82, as above, so below. We know Bitcoin is the sun, giving us that same 9 that ties us into BTC. So very important. So you know.
So you're pretty much on the same page as Jordan, that we're in an automatic rally up until the eclipses and see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially if we can break this long descending trend line that he's talked about, that goes all the way back till June, July of April and March. I mean of 2017. What is the price to break? Right now it's going to be this 25,700, and I'll show you why. Okay. Because what is today? Today is Thursday, Thors-Day, and that's tying us into Jupiter's thunderbolt, giving us 257, 25,700. That is the 55th prime number, tying us back into Satoshi Nakamoto and Bitcoin 55. Because I misspelled Satoshi Nakamoto wrong earlier, but it gives us that 55 prime number. So I see that as the next range that we need to break, and I've got that in this chart right here. We have this descending wedge. If we look at it on the daily time frame, it's a descending falling wedge pattern that has a 68% chance of a breakout if we look at technical analysis. And if we take the measured move from the open end to the low and we bring it out to the breakout, we see it sitting there right at around 25,700. So I'm saying that's the price to break, to continue this automatic rally. This trend line with that range, 257 being the 55th prime number, esoterically, that's gonna be the key. Get above it, come back, hold support of that and this trend line, and then we're seeing 28, 33, 31K, 32,200 in the 322 year, skull and bones year, 223. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
for sure, it's got to get there.
Yeah. So those are some of my main targets, and there's multiple charts that I've got that I talk about over the last few months, because I was just like Jordan saying, we're filling in a bottom, we're figuring out a bottom. You know, this is a year long downtrend. It's unhealthy to do it, but at the same time it's completely healthy when we know this is going to continue up to 70K, 69, back up to 69, 70K one day and set a new all-time high. It may not do it when we want it to, but in the next few years we'll be there, obviously, you know.
Oh, for sure.
And we know Bitcoin moves faster than the stock market, so I'm not being as gracious as I can be when I said the next few years. Like next year, by this time next year, October of next year, we could have already set a new all-time high, depending on how dramatic that Omega year is going to be, the 24 year. That's tying us into the Greek letter, the 24th letter in Greek, which is Omega. So I just see that next year with the very important April and May eclipses that will make an X across America, going all the way back to the eclipses that started in 2017, and they're going to make an X across America. I just see it as a kind of dramatic year. I don't know. Something I've been predicting for a long time. So, alright, let's see what else we got in here. Clementine, Cordy G, Heck, and Bifrost. Alright. I don't see D Vortex yet. Lee Vision.
Cordy, were you able to pull up the stuff? My brain is really
yeah. I can, It would be helpful if I shared my screen, but I can just pull it up.
I can stop sharing my screen at any time. I just do I hit the stop share
I
screen?
don't know how any of that shit works, but in terms of screen sharing. Oh, here it is. Yeah.
I wonder if two people can share at once.
Do I have to hit stop streaming?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there you go. All right,
Close.
I stopped streaming.
Okay. I think you can do it, Courtney. Hey everyone, also welcome. Ping me if you need any help with microphones or don't know where the chat is.
Oh, I'm having difficulty with the. I can just pull it up and share with you what we were talking about.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so we started talking about. Hold on, one sec, actually. Yeah, so we started talking about the Super Bowl score. It just like fractaled out into this amazing like date connection. So we were looking at like the 38 and 35, and you have the 38, the Two of Cups, and the 35th as the Queen of Wands. So there was like the Red Queen symbolism, and Rihanna, and also the Caduceus, the Mercury, and the Two of Cups. And the total score, 73. I know Jordan had talked about that, the 21st prime number in Saturn. It's not as interesting if we don't. I don't have the pictures pulled up, but the Nine of Pentacles, and that's definite, like a material financial tie, and also fertility, and 9 being the number of completion. The cards of illumination also sort of confirm that, the 9 of diamonds and the Queen of diamonds. And I thought it was like the foretelling the completion of a financial, because diamonds is finances, paradigm shift, and fertility symbolism. But if you, so 3 5s, 35 is 15, there's a Jupiter connection there.
Correct.
3 8s is 24, which is also a Jupiter connection.
Correct.
And you have the 7th 3, which is 21, or 73, the 21st prime number, which is Saturn. And I was this is actually a question for you guys, because you have all of this symbolism in the mythologies of like overthrowing the father, and like out of the death of the old is born this new paradigm, and that's I think been like ritualized in resets throughout history, financial resets, particularly. And you also have Saturn and Uranus, who castrates him and casts out his balls into the ocean. And I thought so the Rihanna Super Bowl ritual was that. It was like Venus, Aphrodite, which is like the spring, the renewal, fertility symbolism, the rabbit and the egg, born out of the sea foam. Like you saw all those other dancers. The white, which was like semen.
Semen, correct. Correct.
Yeah, but also I think it is like it ties into this, the Uranus and Venus as well. But yeah, and then so we started projecting to this 6/11/2023 date. There was, so Rebecca said, let's see. There was the 369 in Rihanna's hair for the promotion. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, the 369. Yeah, we saw. I saw that.
So there's she pointed out the 311 and the 911 being ritualized dates, and the 611 also making sense for that completion. And the Super Bowl date, she said, was this is her work, by the way, now, the 2/12/23 to the 6/11 day of 2023 is 119 days, the mirror of 9/11. And we just found all of these fucking connections. It was blowing my mind. Like 6/11/2023 is 96 days away from the 15th of September 2023, which is the first day of Rosh Hashanah. And 96 is 3 times 32. You have the 332. And yeah, it's just mind-blowing. Rebecca said that 73, the total, the prime number, the 21st prime number for Saturn. And from 9/11/2001 to 6/11/2023 is 21 years and 9 months exactly. And she was tying it to the 9 months, the gestation period for human birth, and like that whole pregnancy thing.
Correct. This was a birthing ritual. You're hitting that right on.
Yeah. So, anyways, we think that the 6/11, like something fucking big is gonna happen on that day.
Six being an inverted of 9, an inversion of 9.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yep.
Yes. One thing I can share with you about that 73 connection. I'll share my screen again so you can see. Is you get that 73, the mirror of 73 in Zeus. You get 37 in Zeus. So you were talking about 38 being 3/8 or 24, and that's correct. That's Jupiter symbolism right there. But Zeus giving us 37, the mirror of the total point scored, 73, as above so below, giving us also the 21, tying us into Saturn. He overthrew Saturn, his father. Okay, so and you also talked about how the Eagles score was the 3 5s, tying into 15, Tiger. They were a symbol for the tiger. They played this Super Bowl for the Tiger year. So Mahomes, he wears 15. He's the tiger that rose from the ashes, the phoenix that rose. So it's all Saturn and Jupiter based symbolism, like you were saying. But this Rihanna event, go ahead.
Yeah, I think there's something to say about the Uranus and Venus connection as well. That's Saturn overthrowing Uranus. I just thought it was, as I was unpacking the mythology of it all, there's this theme of the father and the son, the death of the father and the renewal of the son, and the phoenix from the ashes, and it just seems like it's a ritualized thing, and I didn't see anyone else make...
It's my choice, but I tell all my victims.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it clearly is a birthing ritual. Overthrowing of Uranus or Saturn or Venus, all that. I'm not sure. I'd love to collaborate and deep dive more into that. But she's a pregnant woman performing a halftime show wearing the all red, surrounded by all white, tying us into Yale University, their colors in the crest, or the Knights Templar, but also tying us into blood, our white and red blood cells, the semen that was dancing around her. She's a pregnant woman. But when we tie this back to the numbers, we know that it was Super Bowl 57, and birth gives us 57 in English ordinal. And that's the Super Bowl we just played. But I believe what we're getting ready to watch get birthed on the world stage is the Archangel Michael, giving us that same 75, as above so below, 50 in the Jubilee year. Biblically, what they talk about in Revelations in the Bible. Okay, so this is the birth of the beast, the Antichrist, is what I truly think, is what it's symbolizing. I'm not trying to get religious here, but of course it's a story, the greatest story ever told, and they play it out as a script, just like everything else on the world stage. So Archangel, tying us back into 69, 42, 174. If you know Manly P. Hall, the study of 174 is the number of Lucifer, the archangel. On that 28 we were talking about earlier, but that's that 69 connection, that 42 connection. We get to Saturn, Kronos, Odin, Father Time, the timekeeper. So very important. This is a birthing ritual, but I think it's a birthing ritual in a way that, like I said, could get... I don't know. I don't know how.
Yeah,
but then
interesting. It's interesting to think about like fertility and creative symbolism, whether you have that being Venus, Aphrodite, birthed from the sea foam of castrated Uranus, or this, this renewal. I think throughout the mythology you have this creative potential, this fertility symbolism being tied to death itself,
Correct.
the end of a cycle. Right?
Correct.
Like the two depend on each other. What is creation if you don't have destruction? What is life if you don't have death? So,
Right.
and I think you get this goat symbolism across different cultures. I think James True has pointed this out, that creativity or fertility, multiplying, being fruitful, implies that there is an end, right? That we are mortal beings, and it depends on us being, in the flesh, right? Of course, you guys know what I'm talking about. That we are creative as well. So it's interesting to think of the two as tied, and I think you see it time and time again in the mythologies, especially with the father-son and overthrowing the father symbolism. But
Yeah.
super fascinating.
Are you familiar with the Scarlet Woman? Because she wore all red. Are you still seeing my screen? And now she's seen in this picture in the egg with her hair in the 369. She's seen in the egg, and then we saw the UFOs or the spy balloons or the UFAs, whatever. This is eggs. Again, fertility symbolism, if you're still seeing my screen. And we just saw this performance. And then during the Super Bowl halftime show and everything, we saw this commercial of everybody looking up at an orb and egg, preemptively, subliminally programming the minds of the masses. It's our fertility, egg ritual, as we get ready to head down the rabbit hole in the Donnie Darko year that we've all talked about. So it's pretty, it's pretty amazing. She's just showing us the stairway to heaven, her ascension process. She started down low at the V, but at the end of it, her last song, she was at the top, her ascension. So it's pretty unique. But this was the Murder Bowl. Kansas City wins 187, JFK assassination 187, total points of 38, killing 38, death 38, RIP 38. We use Gematria 38. We speak English 38, most of us. But it dates back to the Kabbalah, giving us 38. This Kabbalistic black magic on the world stage we watch play out. Or the 3 8s, 888. But when you type out the Murder Bowl, you get 187. So it's really not surprising. So it's a life, death, rebirth ritual, the Ouroboros. So
for sure. That one relies on the other. That's amazing work, by the way.
Right after the Super Bowl, you see Alabama, who Jalen Hurts played for Alabama. He was 24 years old, tied to Jupiter. They showed this right after Kansas City wins, the red and the white. They show Alabama #1 on top of the AP polls for the first time since 2002 and 2003 season, the 23 season. We're in the 2-3 year, the Jubilee year, giving us 2-3. So pay attention to any red and white symbolism moving forward in sporting events. Not financial advice, but that 23, just pay attention to that. That 24 that guy was wearing could symbolize the 2 4s, the 44. So that was another connection I saw right after the Super Bowl. That notification came in on my phone. I wanted to share that. But yeah,
That's awesome. Thank you.
certainly.
Sure. There's a lot of gems in there.
Oh yeah. I try to do my due diligence. This is important, you guys. If you're seeing my charts, holding 23,700. If we can hold that, then we can probably continue up. But we might not. We might do like a A, B, C pattern and move back down to these exponential moving averages, which are your 223, the yellow, and the 322, right there around 22,300. So 223, skull and bones. Just a little quick insight for those that are ready to accumulate. If we get a higher high with a higher low right here, because we don't want to break this 215. And I'll show y'all, for those that are watching that are new to my work, sudden destruction gives you 215. So you don't want to break 21,500, period. All right. So keep that in mind. But yeah. Anybody else got anything they want to share? I don't want to be, hogging up the Thors-Day night channel with you guys, but this is my favorite day of the week, so I'm on one. 17 people viewing. Awesome. As we get ready to head into the 17th day of the year, or the month. Abraham Allen, you talk about your site. Bifrost, you asked a question. I talk about my site. Can you clarify that? Maybe I can, oh, I get it. Just clicked on you. Sorry, new on Discord. Okay, you got it. You got it figured out. Oh, I see, Bifrost. I don't blame you. My cat's downstairs keeping my son company, eating his dinner. So, yeah. My roommate will be home soon, so just hanging out. What's that big circle represent? Oh, the big circle. Sure, I'll talk about that. The big circle on my chart. Let's go back to the daily time frame. And I know it's gonna get pretty, congested here, but I was talking about in one of my recent videos this time period right before last year's Super Bowl, leading into January and February, right here around February 2nd, 2/2 in the 22 year, and I'll share why that's important in just a second. We saw this rally right after we had a pullback, so I was comparing this time period in this circle right here to a potential resistance range before a pullback and a continuation. So that's really what I was talking about, and a couple other charts about the month of February, and I'll share one more with you right here. We see in the month of February we just get a lot of action. February was a V shape back here in 2018. We had this C19 sell-off nonsense around the bear flu, and then we had a February sell-off, January, February sell-off right here, leading into January and February, where we sold off and then continued up into March, April, sell in May, walk away, remember to return in September, and then remember September will shine like gold come December, okay? So very important. Okay. I'm getting a echo. I'm hearing myself. But yeah, that yellow circle was comparing us to this time period that was very volatile right after the Super Bowl last year. So that's what that yellow circle was really about in my chart. Fell into holding the median of the Bollinger Band. We could easily swipe down to 22,300, 22,100. So the mirror 112, that ties us into Pope Poppy Francis, giving us 112 when you type out Pope Francis. So pretty important. He's about to exit stage left, you guys. There's that 34 exponential moving average, that 55 and then we can fall down to that, yeah, that 200 at right there at around 22,700, the 49th prime number, as we get ready to, as we head out of the 49th sabbatical year last year, the Shemitah. So pay attention to the 22,700, 227, the 49th prime. And retesting this trend line, treating it as support before continuation would be healthy too. It was a descending wedge. I mean, going back in time, it was, I mean, it started in January, February, early February, so, you know, multiple weeks. It's not just a few days. Oh, Romans. Speaking of Romans right there in that, Cordy G, in that right here, Roman mythology deity tied to the month of February. The Super Bowl's played in the month of February, Super Bowl 57. That's tying us, oh man. Dang. My bad, you guys. I'll have to swap over. I just messed up. But Super Bowl 57, you were just talking about how Rome was created and the month of February was created by the Romans, but this was Super Bowl 57, and that ties us back into Rome, giving us 57. And we just saw gladiators on a field, giving us 57 when I type it out correctly and spell it correctly, sorry. Dang. Gladiators giving us.
Put an I.
I where? Not E.
Yeah, that's it.
Where? Right there at the A.
That's correct. Yeah. No, you had it right.
Huh. I thought Oh, it's not gladiators, it's gladiator. Okay, so my bad, you guys. Sorry about that. So gladiator giving us that 57, tying us into Rome 57. All roads lead to Rome. And where did they play this game in? In a Coliseum. Coliseums. Sorry, I'm not the best at spelling, but Coliseum giving us that same 57. So all roads lead to Rome, and this is played in February every year. So I mean, you're absolutely right about who created the month of February, right there.
If you look at the deity, it's tied to finances, death, and the underworld as well. Purification. There's like a purification ritual or holiday on the 15th of February. Kind of interesting.
Huh. Giving us the 43. Februarus, I'm probably slaughtering that, but giving us the 43. The Super Bowl was played on the 43rd day of the year, the 14th prime number. Bitcoin is 14 years old. We know that ties us into sun, because Bitcoin is the sun, 14. Okay. So that's important, but I'm gonna type that out. I've never really looked into that deity. I just knew that God of purification, like you're saying. Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. I just looked.
God of the underworld. Okay, he was also worshipped as the god of the underworld. In Norse mythology, it looks like Greek mythology, maybe.
It's Greek. That's just what's coming up. The picture of the
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Norse and Greek, Roman mythologies. I've always been a fan of them, but I never knew to add them to the decodes. That was what I was missing, and a few other key things. And I still think there's more to this code that we can all crack together. But thank you for this.
Pluto is the Greek equivalent, I believe.
Correct. Hades, Pluto,
another aspect of that deity,
Correct. Yeah, losing that 2 hour 34 exponential moving average could bring us back down, you guys. So we'll just have to pay attention to this 23,500 psychological range on the 2 hour time frame, or any shorter time frames if you're like a leverage or swing trader. I don't know. I accumulate and buy dips, sell your forward rallies. That's it. Um, I just really accumulate. It's all for my son, the future. For him, basically. My investment thesis is I work every day. I don't mind struggling. I've been broke. So I just hope that I can do enough so that he doesn't have to, live the life I've lived. Come on in if you need to, bud. I was saying come on in if you need to. My roommate just got home, you guys. I was telling him, hey. But,
I'll be back.
Alright. Oh, bye, Clementine. Thanks for starting this and giving us a chance to hang out. Instead of an E, and yeah, I totally misspelled gladiators. Kind of dyslexic sometimes, you guys.
No, I hear you. I'm the worst at spelling.
Have
I
you?
feel like spell check has crippled me. I'm just like relying on that shit too much.
Yeah, I walk around with a binder and a laptop and a notebook full of paper and pencil because I just love to write and read, and I want to write a love story or a novel about my life one day. I don't know, or something. But anyways, so I try and stay old school and as much as I can, but I totally slaughter spelling.
I gotta run, guys, but it's been great hanging out with you.
Oh
Thanks,
yeah.
Sam,
Who
for sharing your knowledge.
who was this
Much
again?
love.
Who was this again I was just talking to?
Me?
Yeah. What's your name?
Cordy G.
Cordy G. That's what I thought. I want to make sure I
Yeah. Peace
make
out.
sure. Yeah. Peace out. Have a blessed one. All right. Alright, you guys. Anybody interested in any topics? Numerology, gematria, esoteric, hermeticism, I don't know, anything. These spy balloons or narratives that you're seeing on the world stage. Another train derailment in Michigan apparently is just went underway right after the one in Ohio that happened before the Super Bowl and nobody wanted to talk about. Anybody, any topics? Anybody want to take over? I don't want to hog, I'm just... A lot of mics are turned off.
How's everybody doing today, guys?
D Vortex, I'm blessed. Having a beautiful day in the Matrix out here, raising the frequency, raising the vibrations.
Oh, I love it. You give me Bird Dog's, Ronan's vibes.
Oh yeah,
You guys are a lot of like
Bird Dog Crypto Ronan.
Yeah, right there.
I'm newer to his work, so I've only watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
Live on Fridays. You should check it out. It's hot shit.
Okay, so that's tomorrow. I'm off.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
I always ask him to post it in general chat so that people can enjoy it because a lot of gems we dropped on that show. But I also wanted to give a big shout out. I don't know if Tractor is here, but Tractor was posting some crazy games in the Trading Wolves thing. So 1 second, guys.
Okay. Yeah, I see his logo.
Yeah, man. Like I want him to talk about that. What is he doing? I need to know.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo.
What's going on, guys?
Not much. Who's this?
Bird Dog.
Oh, is that Bird Dog?
Yeah, what's going on?
Is that Bird Dog Crypto Ronan?
Yes, sir.
Hey, pleasure to meet you, brother. I'm new to your work. But D Vortex just said I reminded her a lot of you. So I'm honestly humbled by that. The only few videos I've watched, you've rocked it, man. To be compared to you, hey, man. That's big shoes to fill, man.
Well, it depends on who you ask.
I see you're enlightened. I see you're enlightened, brother. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, bro, Friday we get so many decoders that come through and just amazing, interesting people. It's an honor that they come on my show. Yeah, I was just so yesterday I was sharing the general chat. I was with these tarot things. I didn't even watch the game. I didn't even know. I was telling D Vortex. I was like, I couldn't even find it on the television. That's how out of touch I am with certain things. But I still know enough to. I was just digging in stuff. So that's where I was getting those tarot cards and and that led me to this Oriax guy. Because when you get the word, I was just looking up Patrick, and you get into the word like Rick and Ricks and things like that. It means like fortune and king. It's what they used to call kings and stuff back in the day. And it kind of, when I do etymology, I look at Latin and Greek as a barrier. I got to always get past that into the Phoenicians, because they all come. That's where all that comes from, is the Phoenicians and other things. Etymology is something that I love. So anyway, that's where I get a lot of my gnosis, is get into the Phoenicians, as well as the Nordic, the Bach Saga stuff and all the pagan type language. But anyway,
Right.
That's kind of where I get my source. That's kind of how I get my data set, so to speak.
So you were saying you were decoding, taking Pat and separating it from Rick?
Mm-hmm.
That's taking the prefix and the suffix. Every word has a capstone. That's the P and the M that are capitalized, and in your name you have a capstone. Every word has a capstone, but you have a prefix and a suffix to every word and name as well. So there's a different meaning for each prefix and suffix, and the way you're saying, you're dating it all the way back to the origins, Latin, Hebrew, and even prior.
Prior.
Yes, correct. That's
I find that those are the Hebrew is an interesting one, but especially the Latin and the Greek is like it's when I say barrier, it's like you can't break etymology down on those two. You have to go before that. That's kind of a head fit, so to speak.
It helps with our English language, which was derived strictly from Latin and Hebrew, but from Roman and Greek as well. So you're right. But so dating the English words back to Latin and Hebrew, it's easier, but you get even deeper once you go further back. You're right.
There's cover-ups. I think where I was trying to get, yeah, exactly. And those are like cover-ups of real knowledge.
Right.
Spell cast that are actually covers to throw us off the trail, so to speak. So yeah, man.
I shared a few earlier before you got on, like education, coming from the Latin word educare, which means to bring out, but we put in information that keeps our kids in formation, and then they get mad at the parents when the kid steps out of line, or they punish the child when they step out of line. Well, you're totally using educare wrong. You're not bringing out the best of the child. You're putting in useless information.
And then skull.
School. I brought that up too. That's what started that. Yeah. School coming from skull. Like our real school is in the brain.
Yeah, and every time you get finish the word with shin, like education, that's Phoenician. That's
Phoenician, yes.
The basis of that. So anyway, that's just where I get a lot of my data set, and then like you were saying, like breaking down Pat and Rick's, and then even P is actually an R. I think it's an R. Yeah, so a P. I get these mixed up. I think P is the Greek R. So you get a whole nother data set when you start swapping P's for R's, because that's where you get like when you look into like row, it's where you get a lot of the word ra and row and things like that. So a lot of these letters are interchangeable. Yeah. So that's kind of when I was going down with the Patrick Mahomes last night with Ohm, which is the sun, and that's where I was just breaking down the name for fun. So there's a lot and he's the star. He's the
next Tom Brady.
Tom Brady guy, right?
Yeah.
So
he's receiving the torch.
Yeah. And I heard, just by going by what I heard, that's where I got the Red Queen on the tarot. But then I heard talking about there's a lot of white stuff. I'm literally getting data just hearing people talk. I don't watch it. I don't want to watch it. But when I see like red and white, it makes me think of birthday cake, which then correlates with placenta.
Red velvet.
Yeah, red velvet is placenta.
That's my favorite cake.
And there's a lot of rituals involved around eating the placenta and all that. There's a whole bunch of stuff wrapped around placenta related.
Yeah, it's dark. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't mean to ramble. Sorry, guys.
No, you're fine. I was rambling earlier. I'm glad somebody else took over. I felt like I was being the hog. I didn't want to.
Yeah, and then as far as like crypto, man, I see it going up. But I plan on selling at the end of April after the solar eclipse and before the lunar eclipse.
Yeah, I plan on selling near my birthday. Dollar cost averaging out, because you dollar cost average in. I'm gonna dollar cost average out as well. But I plan on selling around close to my birthday in April 26th, plus or minus around that time frame.
Yeah, because dude, last year I lost like all my crypto portfolio got cut in half in the middle of May.
Yeah,
when
April 2021.
So I was like, yo, because I thought I was a baller. So I'm not making that mistake again. I just watched my whole and I live off of crypto. This is how I live.
Right. Me too.
Yeah. That's why I teach DeFi and I teach passive. So when I am hodling, I'm also earning. So in my opinion, I have a strong opinion about the use of crypto in DeFi, decentralized finance, and being your own bank and being completely. I'm a big fan of money laundering. I'm very pro money laundering. I think it's like our duty to.
Well, if they can print money out of thin air and send us to prison if we did it, well then why not? You know what I'm saying? Not financial advice here, you guys, but I promote it as well. I mean, if they're gonna do it, I mean, why not?
So,
but you said DeFi and decentralized exchanges and all that. You're big in passive income. Like I hold things like Zilliqa that I used to be able to stake for GZIL or VeChain that gives me VThor. You know, I gain passive income and things like that. You know, I was staking my XRP and things on Nexo before they shut that down to American participants.
Bro, let me tell you about the real DeFi. I get like 40% APR on XRP. I get on Bitcoin. I get like 40 to 60% APR. If you have HBAR, go to Saucer Swap. You probably get like 50% APR. But really, I get like thousands of APR on legit cryptos, and I like doing stable. So there's a whole mess. I don't mess with. If it's 10%, it's like a year. It's like lose my number. I want at least 180% APY a year, and there it exists. So that's what I do. I mean, today I just found something. I started getting on the Arbitrum network, which uses ETH for gas, but the fees are pennies. So I'm staking on. And by the way, these cryptos, if I would have bought yesterday, they went up 100 and something percent in 24 hours.
Correct.
So a lot of projects are being built on these new chains, and Arbitrum is one of them. So I'm staking ETH and another crypto, and I'm getting like 800% APR, which is like over 2% a day.
Yeah.
So that's what I get in. But I've been crypto retired since. I'm going on about 18 months now.
Nice. So, congratulations, brother.
Yeah, and I teach. I asked D-Vortex. I try and teach people this stuff. So, yeah, and I'm not trying to self-promote. I literally want to empower others to learn this and get all the gains you can out of this asset class. Not just, and of course there's trading, but there's levels to this.
Right.
And I to push this, my friend, to everyone, and I do get a little. I don't know why. There's blockages, and that's fine. Let those who have ears hear. And while you're hot, think about it. Bitcoin, dude. You can go on several sites right now and I could get anywhere from 40 to 60% APY on Bitcoin if you make an LP with a stable coin like USDC or something.
Huh. And you share the ways, you share tutorials, and you walk the process through this while you're on your channel, right?
Yeah, although I haven't been teaching too much on my channel too much.
I don't mind going back and watching from your first video. That's someone like you sound someone I'm interested in. I'm big on the Flare Network, Songbird. I've got all that delegating and staking and gaining passive income for me. So you're someone I want to get in contact with and follow your work if you're involved in this decentralized finance era. I've really just been a hodler and a trader.
Bro, Songbird, get on Pangolin, dog. Pangolin, they're paying like 100 and something APR. Pangolin is getting involved deep with XRPL.
The XRP ledger. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Pangolin, bro. Interoperability, getting all kinds of cross-chain stuff. But yeah, bro, just hit me up, and I have a free group on Telegram, and you can join and share stuff all the time.
I plan on checking out your live stream tomorrow.
Oh, dude, come through, man.
What time?
9:05 Eastern.
I'm in North Carolina, so is that gonna be Eastern? That'd be 9:05. 9:05. Yeah.
Yeah, 9:05 Georgia time. Come on through.
Bet.
And we have Magic is on there. Magic Crypto Millions is my partner.
Okay, I'm familiar with him.
And if you get into, I do dabble in a little. I lean on some of the degen side. Just to warn you, I do dabble in a little degen plays on occasion. So.
Well, you never know that one. There might be that one that makes you an overnight millionaire, like everybody believes.
Yeah.
Never know. Dogecoin made someone I know 40 plus K. So okay.
Yeah, man, I sold Doge at 6 cents. I didn't know it was gonna go to 60 cents.
Yeah, I did a video the day of the Saturday Night Live, and it was I warned all my pioneers to sell your Doge and get ready to invest in XRP. Not financial advice, but Doge hit a high of 72. Bitcoin equals 72. Jesuit order equals 72. The 72 angels and demons, the Society of Jesus, used to take people out in the wilderness to teach them about. Like on 30-day retreats and stuff. You'd have to do your due diligence on that, but they don't do that no more. But that 72 number was powerful, and I think Dogecoin even equals 72. So it hit like 72 cents. Elon Musk came out, said it was basically a scam, and then, well, if you would have sold that scam and then invested your profits in the XRP or something, HBAR or something, VeChain, something with real use case utility, that's quote unquote green, efficient, whatever, well, you're in a profit situation right now. But yeah.
Yes, well, my take. So I'm so done with crypto cults. It's like I'm
right.
XRP army. I
right.
lose my number.
Yeah, I speak just like Jordan on that. I'm not with the cult group thing. We're in the Aquarius age now, not the Pisces group thing. Wait for a savior.
So those top 50 coins, I think there's way more opportunities in the deeper coins, in the 100s to 800s. There's a bunch of great ones that have real awesome utility that are coming up, and that's where the money's made. If you didn't buy XRP, which I didn't, when it was like half a penny.
I didn't either. I bought it at 13 cents was the lowest. I got it. 17, 18 right, was my average.
And now it's in the 30s, which is really not that much.
It's the new. Right? It's the new floor. I'll pull it up. Yeah, it's a new floor for sure.
Yeah, so sure you did good, but if you would have bought it at half a penny, so I'm looking at those half a penny type XRPs.
Right.
I'm looking because that's where the money's made, in my opinion.
Yeah, but this has been a great trading coin for me, especially every time we got to this 32 cent range, 322, Skull and Bones, even dating back to last year, we were accumulating all around this 32 cent range, and it's just been grandiose to de-risk at 51, the mirror of 15 that we know we get in XRP.
My problem with I don't like to trade it because it stays too stable for me.
Right.
I like a little more volatility.
Right.
I also I've been running bots that does scalp trading. It uses grid trading. So you pick the pair, and it basically runs, and it will scalp, and it'll make you. It ain't gonna make you rich or anything.
Right.
You get from, I've been playing around with it with a couple $100, and I'll make $4 or $5 or $10, which is pretty good. 2 to 10% a day. I'm not So you have to choose the right pair and a good volatility, and it just buy sells, buy sells.
Right.
So this is something I'm not putting big money in. I'm playing with $200 right now to figure it out. So I'm bringing awareness to the savvy traders out there. Like, you can use bots, bots trading, like alchemy trades. Look at alchemy trades. They charge a one-time fee.
I just love that name, Alchemy.
Yeah, bro, go to Alchemy Trades. In their Discord, they use all the 369. They're talking our language, bro. they're weird like us, and I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, Alchemy giving us that 22, tying us into last year 22. But anytime we see that 22, it's usually a reset, you guys, around the 22nd of the month. Usually a change in the markets around the 22nd of the month, or a recycle around the 21st, 22nd of the month. 21 tying us into Saturn, 22 being a change, reset, recycle, but tying us into alchemy right there. Very important keynote.
And there's also some other options. I'm just spilling a bunch of info for people to, if you like it, great. You can do copy trades too.
Copy trades.
You can go.
Unfamiliar.
Yeah, you can go on some of these sites. I think even BitTrue has it. Essentially, or like BitGet. There's a bunch of these type of MEXC and these types of exchanges where you can basically copy other people's trades. They have longs and shorts, and you go, I'm going to copy this person's trade. And they're longing or they're shorting, and you can. So if you're kind of new to trading, you don't know how to set up a proper short, but you can look at someone else's trade. You go, okay, I think this is cool, and you just copy it. Now they take a percentage. They take a little commish.
Of course.
And you can get liquidated if it doesn't go well. But I'm just throwing that out there to look into copy trades. I think BitGet is one. I mean, all these BitTrue, Bybit type of exchanges have that. So look into copy trading. You're just literally copy trading. So
yeah, I use BitTrue,
again,
so I'll have to check into it.
Yeah, I'm just throwing stuff out there, especially for beginners who don't know. And you can look at, dude, it's just another way of earning. I'm trying to earn in all ways in this asset class. The bear market is actually doing really well.
Yeah, I love the boring, the bloody, and one thing I wanted to note was, you guys, when I do my trading, I don't do it on like sell every top, buy every bottom. Like these levels are accumulation levels every time we get hit. I do my trading on more of a daily and a weekly view of the markets. Dollar cost averaging into assets as time goes on. Like I'm not out here trying to swing trade every 5-minute, 15-minute, hour candle move. We just use these lower time frames to see where the market is going, short term, long term, etc. So I just wanted to throw that out there too. I'm not someone but I don't know if I'm not savvy enough or whatever, or maybe I wasn't ready enough to start swing trading or leverage trading. It's just something that I was like, I don't want to be stuck in the charts every day. I want to be able to live my life out in the matrix with the birds, bees, leaves, and trees, or collaborating with people like you, living life with my son, my family. So I wanted to be able to look at these markets on a every other day or weekly time frame, and look at it in a foresight in advance, like Jordan has taught us with the date numerology, etc. And just being able to set my trades around the full moons, new moons, particular time periods like sell in May, walk away, remember to return in September, and then May, September shine like gold come December. These are ancient market techniques and sayings that really when you just look at it in a long-term view, a 30,000 foot overview, I've been more successful hodling and accumulating dips and selling euphoric rallies than I think I would have been in leverage trading or swing trading, paying more taxes at the end of the year, etc. Really, I've already broken long-term capital gains, so anytime I do decide to finally sell, I'm sitting in a good situation, I believe. But I am definitely interested in what you're talking about.
Yeah, so there's other ways you can Okay, so when I do trades, I'm not the best trader, which is why I get into box and copy trading. But I'll just look at the past 3 days actually, and I take in all the big accounts. The full moon, absolutely.
Correct.
All those date 100%. And I'm not the savviest, so when it comes to shorts and leverage, so that's why I dabble in copy trading. But there are also ways to on and off ramp with non KYC. Look into things like believe it'll be like Bitcoin.local or some other crypto.local, and it's peer to peer, and you can buy and sell crypto. So that's another thing to put in your belt. You also have Paxful, where you can cash out with prepaid Visa cards, and you use that to pay your bill and everything. There's no one know anything. There's very minor KYC. You just like a phone number and an email. So there's ways to not worry about long-term, short-term gains and taxes. There's ways.
Right. And I'm definitely looking for those ways.
Yeah, I'll send you some links. That's what I do.
Awesome. And you said it was Bitcoin.local or cryptos local?
Bitcoin.local, and then there's other like something.local. It'll be like ETH.local or something like that.
I was looking it up on Google and I didn't see it real quick.
Yeah, let me look up the exact URL. Forgive me, I'm going off of memory. But,
right.
I'll get that for you. And I don't know if Google's going to show you. You might want to try pre-search.
Pre-search.
But presearch.com is another search engine.
Never heard of it. Thank you. I usually use DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, they kind of they've been bought out by I think one of those agency types. You
I
also
know.
Search is in crypto. You can buy pre-search node. I never did, but they are. You can also use pre-search and then go, hey, find me Google results, right? But they're not tracking and tracing and all that. But you can still get the same info, but use pre-search as a in between, so to speak.
Right. Yeah.
But,
I didn't see it, so I might have to wait on the link.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I like to be as anonymous as possible on the internet. I am out there in the open. I am publicly doxxed, but I think I like to impress upon everyone to start using more privacy-based things to not feed the beast one's data. But that's more of an ideological, philosophical thing about where I'm coming from.
Right. Yeah, because data is an asset that I believe many people don't understand how valuable it is. It's probably more valuable than gold, silver, data, our data,
Yeah, man. So I had a coffee before this, so that's probably why I'm running off at the mouth right now. So I run on caffeine. So I hope I was able to just share. A lot of that is the fire hose. I would just like to share and things to empower people. There's levels. You can deploy your own smart contracts. Easy. You can. I teach looking through the actual blockchain and actual transactions and tracing wallets to make a better informed decision on all these chains. Those are valuable tools to look at.
Right.
There's also stuff like I'm into privacy coins too. There's things. Look up atomic dex. It might be .com. And what this is like Tornado Cash is garbage. It's a mixer. But what Atomic Dex is, you can come in with Monero or Pirate Chain, and swap it for Bitcoin or whatever. And it's a zero proof transaction, so they have no blockchain analytics is going to be so rough. I recommend people start utilizing these atomic swaps to where it totally hides what you're doing, even in DeFi land, because things are going to get way more dystopian. So better to learn now. So I'm not just an investor. I'm also a learner of the tech itself. Because it could be
And we need that. We need that because we do know what this system is. I mean, it is the blockchain slavery system. I mean, clearly, you were talking about levels. If you're still seeing my screen, I brought up the chakras, the 7. We know there's 12 and more. But what were you just talking about? Blockchain is the slavery. Yeah, don't get chained to the block. It's tying us in right here. Blockchain giving us the same matching numerology as slavery. It's the new slavery system they'll merge us into. 42, giving us the 42 in both. And this 102 tying us into 12, the year of the rabbit giving us 12. Just important, you know, we're seeing more blockchain giving us 57 after Super Bowl 57, where they wouldn't let no crypto exchanges and crypto commercials be aired this year. Alright, so I'm just seeing this 42 connection back to Saturn being important. But blockchain, it's the slavery system, you know.
The chains are loose, you can shake them off at any time. The
Yeah.
prison is actually made of straw. You can just climb, you get right out of it.
Right.
It's like those cave kind of stuff. So this can be weaponized, which is obviously the game plan. But we can also use those same tools, you know, within the matrix. I always have one foot in, one foot out.
Exactly.
You know, so.
Yeah, become a divergent and glitch, a wolf, a pioneer.
Yeah, I don't. Like when they go into the movie, you know, I know it's a movie, but it is great.
It's a documentary.
Yeah. When they go into the Matrix, it's like a big mission. It's like a big old, all right, guys, we're going. I saw a great meme of a couple years ago when all this started. These guys, you know, looking like special forces guys, they're on the hood of their car looking at a map, and they're like, it was like me and my friends planning to go to the grocery store. You know, it might turn into something like that, you know?
Yeah. I'm definitely trying to stay ready for what's coming, you know, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, because it's only about to crank up, you guys. Distractions, chaos, unease, you know, wherever you're at in the world, I don't care. We're going to start seeing events that are going to play out like clockwork on the world stage in the near distant future, this year, next year especially. And you know, we just got to prepare for them, you know, become sovereign beings, spiritually, financially, mentally, etc. Because it's important. I mean, if not, I don't think we're going to transition into the new age, the golden age.
100%. I also, there's a lot of characteristics and skill set that I think everyone should also, you know, really embrace. I mean, charisma will get you really far as well. And even if you're in the gulag, you know, I always preach, you know, you want to be a VIP in the gulag, but not me. You know, you're still in the gulag. But if you're in like imagine being in like an Eastern Germany type scenario back in the day.
1941 Berlin, Germany.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Right? On the wrong side, on the you know, on the other side, you know.
I'm a German. I'm a German, my friend. My family stems from Germany, so at some point, one of my family members said they're not getting on a box train, and they came to an Amish settlement in Ohio, apparently, and you know, here I am today. So,
that's
you know,
awesome.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you're in that open air type prison, charisma is incredibly important, and a whole bunch of other life skills are very important. Yes, we want to get our chakras aligned, but we also we're in this video game. If you know, sure, you can not play, that's fine, but let's face it, you don't want to be like the wisest guru hopping trains like a hobo. You know, so you do have to play the game a little bit, right?
But not let the game play you.
Yeah. So you have to know how to vamoose, you know, vamoose the thing. Like, you know, if I ever need paperwork, I want to have massive amounts of money, so that I could just bribe my way out of it. I know people from Cuba, I know people from other locations, and bribery works, but you need money to bribe.
Yes, you do.
And if you're in the U.S. or somewhere, I know people that bribed. I just had a conversation with a Canadian friend today, a buddy of mine. He told me for his job, he needed the paperwork. He got a fake one. He paid somebody.
Yeah.
And I was like, awesome. Of course we want to resist, but if you have to.
Yeah. Are you seeing my screen? Paperwork giving you 123. Mankind giving you 123, and you're talking about how we need paperwork. You know, mankind giving us 42, tying us into Saturn. You know, who tells us we need paperwork? I mean, maybe it's this character right here, that 66 we get in Moloch. You know, that same 24, the mirror of 42. You know, we're just tied to this paperwork system. Identification, identity. Can I see your ID, please? Let's tie it back to the etymology, you know, the letter E.
Yeah.
You know, that's where identity comes from. It comes from your ego. That's why we see identity politics right now, left and right, black versus white, gender politics right now, etc. You know, they're trying to steal our identity. That's why they said in 2020, stay 6 feet apart, because they want a world with no touch, no feeling. They said put a mask on because they want a world with no smiles, no self-recognition, no meaning. So, you know, I'm not down with that. Corona actually giving us that 6D6. It's a 6-letter word, 666, tying us into the mark of the beast. Okay, that's corona, means crown in Latin. They are targeting your crown chakra, your corona chakra, your 7th chakra, your master power center, your Ajna chakra, and your crown. We just saw the Queen's Ascension, the 7th chakra, in her 70th year, in the Shemitah year, the 7-year sabbatical cycle. She ascended. Okay, so it's our job to take this COVID, which is an anagram for creating our vision in detail. That's what we need to do, giving us that same 21, that 26. We need to become gods again. God giving us 26. Man giving us that same 17 and 10 that we get in God. Okay? Period. We were made in the image of the Elohim. Genesis 1:26, 27 tells us this. Become gods and goddesses again, ladies and gentlemen. Ye are gods. And man right there is just me saying mankind, not being sexist. You're Neo, you're Trinity, you are Jake Sully, you are Natiri in the Avatar movies, if y'all didn't catch that, or the Matrix, for anyone that doesn't understand those references.
I also like the word crow, because
CRO or CROW?
Either one. Just crow. You know, you could drop the W, I guess. But you get to like C row. That's when I was. That's where I love the word row. Because again, it goes back to the P, the Greek P, which also reflects a flag. You know, planting your flag. Things of that nature. Of course, flag. And you know, roe are actually like fish eggs, and you have all those fish mythology religions, you know, like from the Vatican stuff. Ra legions, I call them legions of Ra.
Right.
So when I get into crow, also the crown, crow, crown, and even the letter C is somewhat made up. I have a friend that tells me that C's don't exist. They're okay. But,
yeah. Well, it's true, because take the word magic, and you're right there. Magic ends with a M-A-G-I-C, they tell us. No, magic is spelt with a K. Take the C away and it's spelt with a K. Giving you that 94, tying you into Uranus, like you were talking about earlier, the primordial sky god, Uranus, giving us that same 94. But magic is spelt with a K, truly. So C is true. There's no J in the Aramaic language, so where did Jesus come from? It was a Y. His name was Yahshua. It tells us this in the beginning of the Bible, in the Older Testament. So where did J come from? Well, that was...
You know what's funny?
What's funny, D?
You know what's funny? When sometimes
sometimes we intuitively spell things, and then they tell us, oh, that's not how you spell it. Or the reason for grammar rules is because grammar is what keeps the spell intact. You know what I'm saying? It
Correct.
keeps us in line within the spell. But that's why whenever possible, I'm always writing shit the wrong way. Like I never have written magic with a C, which is kind of funny and interesting because I never knew the background of what you're explaining right now. But intuitively, I knew that that's how it should have been spelled.
Right. And
So,
that's your previous life or whatever, just
right,
tying in and showing
right,
you that, you're like Jordan says, we are antivirus softwares. We
right,
just have that built in. We know that
right,
that's a lie.
for
F
sure.
F is another fake letter. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So I mean there are multiple ones, but it's all because of the English language. But he was talking about crow earlier, CRO, giving us that 18, and we know that's important. It gives us that 12 in the year of the rabbit, but 18 meaning life in Judaism. Hi. Wanted to bring that up real quick because he was talking
I
about
have
that
to mute
crow.
myself again because
Okay,
some stuff going on in the background. But yeah, everyone can unmute themselves and join in the conversation. If you have
please.
something to say or something to add, please by all means. And if you have topics you want to share as well, or just to even say hello, to say your name, or to say where you're from, or whatever you want, that's what we're here for. Um, so I'm gonna mute myself again, but y'all can continue conversation. I'm definitely listening.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, D, you're awesome, by the way.
Of
Thank you.
course. Blessed to
Love
have
you
you.
guys.
Love you too.
Hugs, virtual hugs. um, yeah. So the reason I'm so into even the word language, langu age. Gu. If you look into Chinese, it's mist. Uh, you know, and unicorn and things like that. So you have like the land, the mist age, so to speak. But so I believe that the language breakdown is a key to a lot of the spells that have been casted in a lot of this kind of gnosis, where we can unwind their spells by learning simply these symbols. Yeah, every word I say is like it's so funny, like symbol. And of course, you get into you were talking about with the Abrahamic, God.
Religions.
You have you have Christos, and that goes back to all kinds of other.
The Greek word Christos, which means Christ within, which means the Christ is within you. It tells us this: the light is within you. In the Bible, etc. They're just saying it in different ways. So yeah,
Keep
Christos,
going
Christos.
deeper. Keep going deeper into the word Christos, though. It
You
goes even it goes even farther,
you want me to
and
go deeper into it, or you're saying it goes even farther?
it goes deeper.
Okay.
Meaning the actual word Christos. There's beginnings of that word also. I don't have my notes in front of me, but it's kind of like
Secretion.
this. I mean, that's inter. You also get like crystals and things like that, and crystal balls.
Right.
Well, actually, his name comes from Christos. Like comes from also like Columbus and the Coens. Coens is an ancient word, and that's where a lot of this type of Christos type words come from. Sorry, I don't have my note. I don't have my notes in front of me, so
No, you're fine. I'll just
yeah.
add to what you were saying about all this and the language, how it's all spell casting, and they teach us spelling in school, but they don't teach us about the words and the spelling of the words, how words have definition, therefore they have meaning. Okay, they don't teach us the meaning and the definition of the words. They just teach us how to spell them, and they teach us how to spell them incorrectly, especially in indoctrination camps in America. But language giving you 68 and 32, tying you into Hermes 68 and 32, which we know is the trickster god. So again, very just it's
That's why I
the
shared
the divine
yesterday.
trickster, you know.
That's why I shared yesterday, like definitions. Deaf
Deaf.
Phoenicians. The deaf
Phoenicians, yes.
The deaf Phoenicians.
Yes.
So if you're deaf, we'll give you the we'll tell you the definition. Phoenicians. So, yeah, it all. Oh man, the tricksters, the black magi who don't really have true metaphysical magic. They have tricks and illusions and things like that.
Right. A sleight of the hand, the Hegelian dialectic, the totalitarian tiptoe, problem, reaction, solution. That's what they have.
Sure. And then you get to the archons, arcing over you, arc.
Yeah.
That's where you get the word arc, over you, arching over you. Now, this is where I like to get into the weird. Is there other beings? And I lean towards yes.
There are deities walking amongst us. There may even be a few deities in this group chat right now, listening to us, talking to us. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. I truly believe those are the extraterrestrials, the godlike fallen angels that we have been taught about. Whatever you want to believe, yes, I believe there is something greater than man out here. And I really believe it's more than one. Like they try and indoctrinate us into believing. I think it's more like the gods and goddesses that we talk about in Nordic, ancient Egyptian, Babylonian, Sumerian, Mesopotamian cultures.
Yeah. I always had my suspicions about Divine Vortex also.
Right.
I read. Explain.
What? No, you didn't.
What?
I mean, I am from the stars, but that's a different story.
Of course, we are all
Actually,
celestial
so
light
funny
beings.
Because the first 3 letters of my name is actually of like my, I guess, God-given name. It's actually like a star constellation, and when I looked at what the star constellation was, it's located at the tip of the Scorpio star alignment, and I did like this whole decode, and my entire name is literally written in the stars, from the first 3 letters to my ascendant being in Scorpio. It's just wild, like literally wild. Like I could trace my life in the stars. That's what I'm telling you. Astrology is some shit.
That's a Liam confirmed. We knew it.
We're an hour and 37 minutes in, you guys. That's the 33rd prime number. Let's manifest.
Oh, shit.
Let's manifest.
No, yeah, if you look into it, like the stars is everything is written up there, and it's the script. You know what I'm saying? So like Bird Dog was just saying the whole archon thing. Like they have this arc over us, and
the firmament dome.
Our whole life is written on it. It's some crazy shit, man. So,
Y'all think that?
And I'm not even drinking.
We ain't even had breakfast yet.
I haven't even had a drink yet.
I've been up since 1 a.m. working. I go to work at 2:30. I get there. I get up at 1 and manifest, and start my daily rituals and take care of my son, get him ready because he goes to work with me. I homeschool him now, and so he works the whole day with me. And but we've been up since 1 and we ain't even had breakfast yet. So I know how you feel.
Yeah. Ask D. I mean, on our Friday night shows, I'll try and get it to the weird real quick.
I can't wait to check it out tomorrow night for the first time. 9:05 p.m. I'll be there.
Don't join, but I watched the past ones too, man. The cool stuff. Like a lot of my homies. It's funny. Like I mentioned, I did a video a while back about the tribes are uniting, and I'm really been putting a lot of effort in doing my part to unite the tribes. And it was wild when Waters was on 101 podcast, and I'm like, wow,
yes.
That's my homie, dog. I'm sorry, he hasn't been on my show yet, but I've had a whole bunch of cats from that circle on my show before as guests. So it's wild how the tribes are uniting over the last. And I made a video a couple days ago in the daytime And I was letting people know, like, yo, I've been calling the tribes are uniting. It's been happening, with or without me. I'm just observing it, you know, and playing my part. And I let the people know this isn't going to happen forever. We're out here, we're shining the light, and eventually we're going to pool our resources, and we're going to have a set, or like a pair. The mystics are going to real pull back, and this is a temporary amount of time where we're shining the light. Those who want to come, high frequency, come vibe, and then fast forward. I give it a year. A lot of us are going to start to organically, naturally, vibe-wise, pool our resources and not shine that light so bright out in the open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree,
It's
man.
just,
I totally
I don't
agree.
have,
We're in a battle for
I don't
the
have the
the
receipts to
consciousness.
prove it, but I don't have the receipts to prove it, but I got I know it. I just know it. You
Yeah,
know?
you're right though. We're in a battle for the higher consciousness, a state of being for mankind. You know, and those of us collaborating and coming together, like you were saying, we're creating the tribes. You know, and we're gonna be the ones that I think stick together and make it through this apocalypto, whatever you want to call, coming up. That obviously we're all in tune with, and we know. Um, but yeah, it's about sticking together as communities, like-minded individuals, raising the frequency, raising the vibrations, trying to be the change that we want to see in the world one day, but doing it right now today.
Well, make sure, guys, that if you have something to share, whether it's a resource, a link, something you do, a skill you have, please post it on the chat. Please don't be shy to post it on the general chat. And if you don't feel comfortable with that, DM me. I'll post it for you. Because wolves should feed wolves. We should always keep it in the family. And
Running a
it's
pack.
like the number one thing that I always say. It's just the most important thing for me because there's no reason why we need to be looking for stuff out there when we can be building this community from within.
I
Hey
totally agree.
guys, this
Hey,
is Awakened. So I just wanted to stop by. I'm at work still, but I just wanted to show some love to everyone and appreciate, like meetings like this. I learned so much. Like it's mind blowing to me. So thank you for sharing. I do appreciate it. And yeah, keep growing, guys. We have.
Love you
thank you,
too.
thank
We
you. That's
learned a
humbling.
lot from you too. Like your TA is amazing. You be like throwing it down, girl. Just keep doing your thing.
Wait, she
Thank
she
you.
does content?
Yeah, I have my YouTube channel. I have TA. I am a technical analysis. That's my specialty.
We're going there now and subscribing. Um,
Oh my god, you ever
will
see my face?
will you
Yeah.
tell me? Will you tell me your YouTube name, please?
Awakened Soul.
Awaken Soul.
Yeah, crypto.
Dude, your TA is awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I work really hard.
I'm
Awakened Soul
telling you, we
Crypto.
have
Oh,
like
Awaken
some
Soul
really
Crypto.
talented wolves here, like from decoders to what Ronan does, what Abraham does. Like we have some really talented people here, and we could be growing like every day.
That's me.
Like
All right.
laps. Like,
Hey,
seriously.
everybody, go follow Awaken Soul. I swear
It's great.
you look familiar. Your face, like maybe I've seen you. Do you do shorts? Yes, TikTok shorts. Maybe I've seen one of your shorts.
Yeah, I do TikTok. So
They're
I do
not about
motivational
crypto
videos.
though, are they?
No, not at all.
I
I
didn't
do
think so.
crypto and then I do motivational. I tell my story, my awakening story, and try to share that part of me too.
That's amazing. Y'all go subscribe. Awesome. Awesome. Glad to have you, Awaken Soul. Thank you for sharing. And glad to look forward to checking out yours and more Crypto Bird Dog Ronan's work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Divine Vortex was saying, I'm actually starting my own, I've been starting my own community. I find that I've been having a calling to be a leader myself, so that's what I've been doing the last year, and I'm coming into that into my own in reference to that. It's a bit of a new thing for me. Yeah, so I'm just, you know, I'm
Yeah.
still with y'all, yo. We're all still tribed up.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like at some point the student becomes the teacher. You know, and I'm not exactly, I'm a bit of a seasoned vet in life. So, yeah, I'm and people have been looking to me as leadership roles recently. So I'm just stepping into that. But yeah.
Yeah. I definitely agree there.
Is it just me, or this market is neither bear nor bull? And what do we call it now? Like broom?
We call it automatic rally
One
confirmed.
day that shit just shoots up 3K, the next day it's down 3K. I can't even keep up anymore.
Yeah, it's
Well, we did I'll have to share a decode with you guys. We broke down. It wasn't on my show. It was on someone else's show. Bears and bulls, and how they actually flip it. In the mythos, I'll have to bring some of this up. It was so much. I took notes and I can't remember it. But basically, it's actually inverted the other way around. Like bears are actually should and do represent more higher things, and bulls are actually the other way around. So it's just funny how it's inverted, especially when you go into the mythos of it. I'll have to share that with you guys. This was just like a couple days ago. But so much, I get so much info, I can't remember it all sometimes.
I'm the same way. It's like, have you seen The Good Doctor? Anyone? Sean Murphy? My brain works like his, I swear. It's like I take in so much data and information, and it's hard to just keep up with. And I want to share things, and then I forget to share things or make mistakes or, you know, whatever. But yeah, I totally agree. It's like my mind's thinking about a thousand things at once. Now that I'm awake, quote unquote awake.
Yeah. Because there's so much. Oh yeah, man. Because once you remove the BS, it's like, oh, so much other real info out there, and every day because the people I rub elbows with nowadays, it's like everyone's so smart, you know, and has so much info. That's why, you know, like D didn't put a label on me because I take it all in. I'm like
yeah, I'm a loose cannon. But yeah.
But Awakened Soul, I'm telling you guys, man, her TA is next level stuff. It resonates with me because I do my own TA, and then I'll listen to her and I'll go, okay, cool. She agrees with me. That means I'm on the right track.
Right.
Thank you. I tried.
I swear I've seen some of your TikTok. I don't have TikTok, but I see things that people share on Facebook, and I think I've seen some of your TikToks, the motivational speeches and things, and I didn't know you did TA though, so I'm going to YouTube tonight.
Yeah, I love TA. It's my thing. It's my gift, and I just trade with the flow. You know, I feel the charts, and I just go with it, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right. And I'm self-taught. I don't know if.
What modality do you use? Like, do you, like, you know, some people say, oh, the market maker method, or like Elliott ways. Like, what would you consider your thing to be?
I don't know. I really just go with the flow and spiritual, and meditate, right, or dance under the moon, and I just feel the charts. It's weird. I see the energy of the charts, just like the energy of our universe. You know, Bitcoin's the sun of our planets, and the altcoins are our planets, and I don't know, that's why I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's just, I see it, and I just see the waves and the flow, the energy.
I like that.
That's crazy.
I like how she described that the Bitcoin, the sun of and the altcoins, the planets. Like, that was beautiful.
It's hard to.
Guys, I'm gonna drop off. My dogs are like, dude, are we going for a walk or what? So, that's why they're making all this noise. You guys are awesome.
Is it?
check out the show, man, because it's I'll share it. And guys, I don't like to always share my stuff in the chat because I feel like I'm like damning or something, so
Well,
but we got but
I mean,
do-
don't don't feel that way. The thing is, guys, like, let people say, listen, you're projecting. First of all, let's just start with that shit right away. Okay, you're projecting. That's what you're thinking. You know what I'm saying? How do you know that Moolah's like LOL? How do you know that in that particular moment someone needed to hear that shit and you fucking failed to do your job and put it out there? So you need to be doing what your heart tells you to do. If your heart tells you don't do it, whatever, don't do it. But if it's your mind fucking telling you not to do it, I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear
And
shit.
don't be afraid of what people think.
No, because someone needs it. That one person, that fucking one dude, dudette, whatever, that's waiting out there to hear what you have to say, needs to know that you're there. So put your shit out there. And if, like I said, guys, like, if you feel certain type of way, like, let me know, and then be like, hey, D, don't forget tonight or whatever, like, and then I will do my job and, like, blast that shit. But, like, if you don't let me know or you don't post it anyways, then no one's gonna know. You know what I'm saying?
all right,
So
I'm gonna spam. Okay, you heard it. I'm gonna spam the general chat.
Yeah. Hey, I pulled up your YouTube crypto, Bird Dog. And you see I'm subscribed here. Just to show you. But thank
Dude,
you.
watch.
I know you're about to head out.
Yeah, I'm about to dip, but dude, you can even watch past episodes. Bro, we had the homie Third Eye Edify on. He's a musician, and he was breaking down music, and I love breaking down the notes. You got 7 majors, 5 minors. You got all kinds of other, that's 12. Zodiac. We were breaking down chords on the Zodiac, and
Nice.
so we have Magic Crypto Millions, the homie Magic Maker.
Yeah, I'm a follow. I follow him.
Yeah, it's like our show basically, and then now we have Kalel Keanu on, who was a major decoder. He has like, if you join his Telegram, he has like 14,000 plus books, all super cool books. So the 3 of us, and then we have a guest sometimes. So check it out, y'all. Much love. I'm going to sign off. You guys are awesome.
Hey, have a blessed night, brother. Happy set.
good night, Bird.
All right, bye.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah. All right, guys. Later.
Bye.
All right.
He's such a fool, that guy, but his heart is in the right place. In his first live, you guys, like, I was about to roll on my chair, so he shows up with this cowboy hat, glasses at night, and a tie, and I was like, I know I'm in the right place. Fucking Bird Dog, he's just so wild. He's amazing. But yeah, we have some good people in this community, just like people just swelling out. But yeah, guys, please, by all means, like, is there anything else you guys want to talk about or cover or share?
Movies, topics, songs. What's happening?
Anything? Because I feel like we've been here for a while, so if people are like all set, they don't really have anything they want to share, we can always wrap it up here.
Yeah, we have been going for an hour and 53 minutes. Almost that 2-hour mark. So.
Yeah, usually we could be here for longer.
Yeah.
But I don't want to like take people's time, and I also gotta go get a few things done. I mean, y'all can stay and hang out for sure. I just don't want Abraham to feel like he's gotta host it while I have to go. But yeah, guys. So next tomorrow is movie night. So please go and vote for the movies that are there. And if you have a better suggestion, please just place a suggestion, post a suggestion there as well. The movie suggestion is under the Friday's Hangout thread. Yeah, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bird Dog's live, I think, is right after the movie. So
Awesome. Awesome.
Typically, we stay the after the movie and chat about the movie, but most likely I'll be leaving and going to hop over his live. So if you guys don't have anything to do or you want to just vibe and chill, just like grab a drink and check out the live or come to the movie.
What time you starting it?
The movie I think starts. I want to say 6. That's usually the time. Let me go in the Hangout and look. Yeah, 6 p.m.
Eastern.
Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
And of course, if we have people from all over the world, like always, please like DM us or um, let us know in the chats like what times works best for you, and we can try to change the times weekly. But for right now, 6 p.m. is mostly when the mods can do it. So
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I know you said you had to run, D, so we don't want to hold you up. And
yeah,
thank
I
you for
am
coming
gonna
out.
go, but I love you guys so
We love you.
absolutely much, and I miss all of you. When we do little things, and I don't see your amazing faces, but I know everyone's got a life.
Right. Yeah.
Unlike me.
Yeah. I'm just glad to be
But
finally a part of this with you all and
yeah,
doing it together.
yeah.
You know, I've been shy and scared to come out. Poked in and
Nah,
out here and
man.
there, but
This is the safest place. You can be yourself for sure. So, enjoy the time you have. Tomorrow is definitely not guaranteed, as cliche as that might be.
yes, ma'am.
All right, guys. I love you all. Have a good evening and see you tomorrow.
All right, love you, D. I might hang out and see what they say in
Bye.
the chat if they want to hang out, and but
Sweet.
I might
Okay.
I might get off here
Cool.
too as well.
Good night.
All right, good night.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. All right, so that leaves the floor open for any and everyone. If they had suggestions for anything. Right now we're just still looking at that Bitcoin screen. Uh, you know, not really much more to talk about other than the fact that we closed the daily candle below 23,700, so we could be possibly retesting these 322, 223 exponential moving averages that I talk about on the daily candle close news on Facebook and Rumble at Honest Abe, capital H, capital A, B, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we got our website developing coming out soon in the near distant future. So stay tuned for that. But you can give us a like, follow, subscribe on Daily Candle Close News, and watch some of our most recent work tied around numerology, gematria, ancient theological teachings from an ancient prehistoric world, facts, figures, numbers, logic, and common sense. So, let's just continue to see what the market does. We've obviously seen the RSI get pretty overheated, on the 15th of February and leading into yesterday now, or today still, depending on where you're at in the world. And let's see what happens. Maybe we get another reaccumulation around this 223, 22,300, 22,700, two very important ranges that we've talked about on this channel. If we can hold support there, hold support of these moving averages that are sloping up, which is a good sign because it's not so good when they slope down. The new moon's approaching, so very important. We tend to be bullish leading into the new moon. So just going to continue to see if we hold structure the bottom side of this Bollinger Band right there at around that 22,300. So exponential moving averages, that will bring us up to around possibly swiping down below that 21 exponential moving average, possibly all the way down to this. I'm not sure what that blue one is. Oh, that's still the 322 exponential moving average in the 223 year, all tying us into our favorite pals at, well, we know Skull and Bones. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Anybody got anything to say? They want to share before I get out of here. We've been hanging out for 2 hours. Talked about a lot of things. Oh, somebody posted in the chat. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. and wisdom, guys. Lee Vision, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Of course, that's what we're here for. To come together, raise the frequency, raise the vibration, be the change that we want to see in the world right now today. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, but Mola, thank you. Appreciate that. Alright. Mola, got it. Good deal, good deal. Alright. Alright, you guys. So it looks like everybody's getting ready to sign out. No one's speaking up. Everybody's mics are still muted. So I like to end my videos with pioneers rise, build your fortress, and build your legacy. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Alright?
Okay, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You're welcome. God bless y'all.